But then somehow a damn bug ended up in the car and it's on my window. So I'm trying to get this bug out the car. And while I'm trying to do this, at some point the thing started beeping at us and it says, take control of the steering wheel immediately. And I was just like, what?
The Tesla kicked her off.
It turned off the full self-drive on its own. It said, you ain't paying attention and I'm turning this shit off. Drive yourself.
You don't control me, I control you.
I literally said, you my robot.
Nuh-uh. It said, watch me not do it.
I'm no one's robot.
So you got a Jocelyn Tesla.
It did. It
First
said,
of all,
pick
I
up
don't like
driving
that you are
immediately.
Because if you was a Tesla, you'd have did the same thing.
Bitch, listen.
Exactly.
All right, so question of the week, right?
Yes.
I actually let the folks in the pharmacy choose the question of the week this week.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, your sister was, she narrowed it down to 2. Mm-hmm. And then I asked everybody to weigh in and give their opinion on which one we should actually do. But instead, they just started answering one of them. So I said, well, then I guess that's the one we're doing. So the one they started answering was, you wake up and the internet is permanently gone. Mm. What are you doing first? Or what are you doing next?
Wrong about my day.
What would you do? Because I'm curious because we grew up without the internet.
I'm just going to go about my day
in our life.
So like from this year forward?
Yeah, from the day that you wake up and the internet is no longer there. What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna have a lot of downtime outside of work. I'm gonna have like so much downtime.
You ain't gonna know what to do with yourself.
No, I'm gonna be bored. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna be like super bored. Like sometimes I want the brain rot on TikTok a little bit. Man, you know,
that is nice sometimes.
Like, you know, like when it was closed for that 24 hours. Man,
so was I the only one that it went down, right? And then all of a sudden, every 10 minutes, I was trying to open up the TikTok and I'm like, damn it, forgot. It's not available. That was the worst damn 12 hours.
It meant nothing to me.
That's because you wasn't on TikTok at the time.
Show wasn't. It meant absolutely. I was like, everybody freaking out. Mm.
Like, I still had Instagram Shorts, but it wasn't the same.
It ain't the same.
It don't hit the same.
It don't hit the same.
It don't.
Well, I got some comments from the folks. Okay, so you wake up and internet is permanently gone. What are you doing? Someone said, see if the library has a book on how to make the internet. I'm like,
that's the one time you're gonna read,
gone permanently. So I think that means you can't invent it.
They still need to be in their library.
I mean, a lot of people did say they start reading again. I was like, I feel like you should still be doing that anyway.
They don't.
At least a couple pages a day.
I mean, read something, even if it's just the back of a cereal box. Okay. What?
Hey, shit on them games.
Ain't nothing but a crossword on the back of that damn.
It's been a long time since I looked at the back of a cereal box.
You know, we have to read like the back of the air fresheners. Remember that?
No. I never used to read the back of an air freshener.
I asked you to do in the bathroom.
Whatever, Jade.
It's before cell phones were an everyday occurrence, okay?
Well, speaking of that, all right, so speaking of, you brought up the shitter. So this one is, you wake up and the internet is permanently gone. What are you doing? This person says, going back to reading shampoo ingredients on the shitter. I was like, I didn't know people actually did that. I never used to do that.
I did. I had nothing else to do.
Especially if you had one of them dookies.
I sat there alone with my thoughts.
That can't be. You at least was fiddling with something.
I literally would just sit there.
Really?
Yeah. Am I the weird one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would read the shampoo, soap, something. What these ingredients mean?
Be pissed off because I can't even Google them.
What a time.
Anyway, you wake up and the internet is permanently gone. What are you doing? This person says, light a circle of candles and start chanting the AOL dial-up sound. That ding, 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 ding. I was like, come on now. That is not going to work.
Y'all need help.
I like that he went to Magic.
Instantly.
I'd go to Magic.
Would you?
What would you
Hey, back in the Limewire days, I have looked up a spell or two.
Did you? So not only did you crash your mama computer, you looking up spells?
You crashed our computer. Hold on. Touch
Limewire crashed everybody's computer.
It-
It's before your
All
time.
you had to
It's
do was
before your
restart. You
time.
just had to force it to
So you
shut
put a
down.
virus on our computer.
All
It
you
killed
had to do
everybody.
was push and hold the power button to turn it off. Turn it back on. It was good.
No, it wasn't. Limewire killed
purposefully-
everybody's computer.
How else was I gonna make my CD?
You couldn't make it without Limewire. This is the problem, but it killed your shit. But
And
you
I used to
couldn't-
have
How many CDs could you
top
get out of
notch
that?
music on my CDs.
And then I also needed it to transfer to my MP3 player at that time
Or
because
from- yeah, my
your
Zoom.
phones didn't have music back then, so the MP3 player was separate.
Did y'all have Walkmans?
Yeah.
I ain't that damn old. I didn't have no damn Walkman.
Well, I am the
I at
oldest
least had a
person.
CD
I
player.
am the
then.
oldest person in this
So you used
room
to
right
walk
now.
you used to walk your headphones.
Shut
That
up.
is nasty work.
First of all, people used to walk their CD players too.
Remember the big cargo pants that was big enough to hold your CD player in?
Yes, I do.
What a time.
I do.
Now, I've
What
heard
was your
people
first
say
CD?
Jabug jeans.
My first CD, B2K first CD. And I
Word?
think I still got it, and I think it still works.
Bump, bump, bump.
That is all I want to see. Baby, show me. Girl, they doing a reunion tour.
I don't care about
Girl,
that.
I'm going.
I'll go with you if you want me to.
Yes, I'm going to go with Kanique. We shall go.
Okay. But my first CD was Nelly Country Grammar.
Good CD.
And my mama made me take it back, and I was pissed
Why?
because I got the explicit version. She was
Well, what's
like,
the
"You will
point in getting
not
it?"
be exactly. What is the point of listening to a clean version? I know they saying bitch.
'Cause you just want me to pause, and now
Right.
now if I fill in the blanks, you're gonna be upset.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
she
didn't
made
they
me
used to
take it
change
back.
the word? Because I had Missy Elliott's under
Some of them they
construction,
did
the
take it.
clean version. I had it.
Missy
I had it.
Elliott was used
Under
to be
construction,
on
the clean
one in
cut.
her songs. I'm
My
telling
grandma
you.
got it for me too.
Yeah, that was the first one that I bought,
Oh,
and yeah, she
gosh.
made me take it back. I was so mad. I
You already listened to it, by the way.
I used to love that man.
Did you?
Oh, I love Nelly so much until he got the muscles, and then his head became too little for his body. Now he just looked like got an ant head on a big body, and I'm like,
His head look normal now. He done toned down a little.
oh, okay, cool. But I ain't like it at first. I was like, now his head too small for his body.
Remember when Timberland went through that stage?
But I've never been attracted to Timberland, so no.
Nobody
He was
was,
buff?
but his head still was too small.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I never paid attention, to be honest. But anywho,
Yeah, he was buff at one point in time.
I didn't
Before my
realize
time.
that, to be honest. Okay, you wake up, internet is gone. What are you doing? This person says, finally be forced to confront things I've been avoiding.
That's
Do
deep.
none of them journal?
That's deep.
That is deep, and you know a lot more people than not do that shit.
I journal.
Journal just doesn't do it for me.
It does for me. I like to look back on my
I
thoughts.
be sitting here like, not saying that everybody looks like this, just saying that this is how I thought I looked. Just so be clear, which I
Mm-hmm. What
know
you
it's still
finna
not
say?
gonna be clear.
What you
Gonna
about
get
to
ate
say?
up in them
What you
comments.
finna
So
say?
it is. I tried to journal, and I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, you look stupid. Because you still got them same damn thoughts that you done put on this damn paper. And now what you gonna do? Now you just put evidence on paper that if you die, somebody gonna see this shit.
And if they do, you dead. So what?
I still got a legacy I want to uphold.
That
But you don't
even
want
make
no
sense.
kids, so what you mean legacy? Don't it stop
My
with you?
nephews is my legacy.
Girl, but you dead.
But you
So?
dead.
That don't make sense.
Leave some adult money.
I didn't say that it
I
made
like it.
sense.
Just it makes because when you write it down, it gets out of your head, so you don't got to keep
But
thinking
don't-
about it
for
because
me,
you wrote
don't.
it down.
I still be thinking about it, except now I'm thinking about how I wrote it down.
You need a therapist at this point.
Even
Sure.
like with a diary with a lock on it or something.
Do you know somebody stole my diary when I was a kid?
You are a victim. Whether that's a circumstance or just existent, I haven't deciphered it, but you are a victim.
Somebody legit, I found it at their house.
They opened it?
I think they might have ripped my pages out of it, but I did find it at their house when I was a kid. Found my diary at their house.
Like, who was you
Trust was
around?
broken from that point forward.
Hey,
You could
whatever.
steal my diary. I hid that thing.
I thought I
No.
hid it too.
No, I lived with a drug addict. I know how to hide.
See, I
you
never
wasn't
lived-
finding it. Well, nobody gonna find it.
I didn't live with a drug addict.
I know
until,
how to hide. I
was
know
an
how to
adult.
hide. Oh, I knew how to hide. Didn't nobody find it. I think I
What's
still
that
got
like?
some on.
It's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's also
Every day's got to be different.
Well, it's where I got into one of my first fights with a guy. because he used to beat his wife and his kids, and he thought he was gonna do that one day in front of me, and I was like, no, you're not. And we called the police on him, and the police was literally standing as close to me as Jade is, and the man rushed me like he was gonna hit me, and I punched him in the face. I was like, I'm not your wife. You ain't about to hit me, sir. And then he told the police to take me to jail because I assaulted him. And the police like, you do know we saw you rush her, right? Look like self-defense to me.
Just because she struck first.
Oh, that's why he tried to rush me because I told him I hope they take his kids away from him. Because he beat him.
Yeah.
Why he said that they would leave? Then why you hit?
Because then he ain't got a punching bag no more.
And a beer catcher or whatever else he was getting.
Yeah. So yeah, he tried to rush me because I told him that
I hope they take
his kids away
That's
from
sad.
him.
That's a sad story.
It is, but
That is a sad story.
So this man ran up on you,
literally
tried to spear you, and was like, I'm going. You had his blood boiling.
Hey, apparently I could just be sitting there enjoying life and I can make somebody blood boil.
That you can. You have that effect on people.
I
don't
want to know
why.
what it is.
Something
First I
about her
thought, I was
aura.
like, something about her. She's secretly doing something to people.
You
This
make
can't
you wonder,
be
right?
right. But
y'all
then I
have
seen it firsthand. I said, she really just existing out here.
literally just
Now
existed.
sometimes people do catch strays. I don't want to talk about your kids, and then turn your back.
Okay, we've talked about this on this podcast before. I genuinely did not mean to say that out loud. I did think
I would have
it.
hit you in the back of the head. If I was what you mean you don't want to talk about my kids?
Here's the thing, though. It's irritating with her because you know good and well she don't care about them kids.
No, and then verbally meant it, like literally meant it. It was like, I don't want to talk about your
No,
kids.
I'm saying the person in question that this was directed at.
Knows that I don't care.
Yeah,
But I don't think she cared about them kids either.
she
Oh
probably
yeah.
did.
After that cruise situation had my blood boiling. I was like, wait, the birthday party had my blood.
Well, anywho,
Messy.
let's talk about something that's a little more happy, at least for me.
Okay.
okay, what is it?
So this episode will actually come out 2 weeks after this. But anyway, yesterday was my last day at my job.
How'd that go?
Let me tell you, from the time I put in that notice, they showed me exactly what they thought about me.
We hate you.
They hate my fucking guts.
It's not funny.
It's not funny, but I'm like, I've been here for 7.5, and there are people that I have been working with the entire time that I have been with that company. I didn't hear a thing from these people. They acted like I was not even there. I was like, oh, okay. That's nice. So I think I said before that couple days after I turned in my notice, they told me they weren't going to honor my PTO for the Atlanta trip. And I was just like, wait, what? So I emailed HR and I was like, wait, so is that what you telling me? Because I was fully prepared to say, then y'all can make this week my last week then. If y'all going to be like that, I'm going to be like that. But then I couldn't say this until after I left, but I'll say it now. What I actually told Jade was, I said, okay, I work those days. But then on my last day, I'm deleting every SOP that I wrote.
You told me that too. You did tell me that.
I'm deleting them all. Y'all figure it out.
Don't forget to add. They don't know how to do
Huh?
Don't forget to add. They don't know how to do the SOPs.
A lot of the processes that I was writing SOPs for, I was the only one that had ever done it. So good luck. But I was like, if y'all want to be petty with me, I can guarantee I can outmatch it.
Luckily, that didn't happen.
Luckily, that didn't happen, but I was prepared. Because literally, while I was on the phone with you, my staff was sending me questions about stuff. And I said, reach out to that person. I said, I'm not doing a single thing else until they clarify whether they are paying for that PTO, honoring that PTO. And I was like, no, I'm not doing anything. So that was the first thing they did. Then this tells you how much work I was doing. They had to have 3 transition calls just to decide who my work was gonna be transitioning to. And I'm like, okay. So this is the first week after I turned in my notice. And on the call, my boss is really adamant about schedule your time with Jocelyn this week. Schedule it this week. Get your training this week. Get your overviews this week. And I went to Jade as well as some managers that knew all along that I was looking. And I was like, I think they're going to try to make this week my last week.
Seemed like it.
That's what it seemed like, but they didn't. So I give them that. But they went ahead and scheduled my exit interview. When I did my exit interview survey, do you know one of the questions they asked me?
What?
What company are you going to?
None of your business.
I literally put NA.
None of your business where I'm going.
And if they say not applicable, I'm like, not answering. That's what that means. Not applicable, not answering.
Why would they ask that?
Because why is it your business?
They want to know who their competition is. I know that's why they want to know.
Or do you think it's something like calling that job to delay your start date?
No, they can't do
They
that.
can't do that.
They
try to talk
I mean,
shit
well,
about
I'm not
you,
going to
though.
say they can't do that. Some people,
It wouldn't
maybe
make
they do,
sense
but
for
it
them
wouldn't
to
make
do
sense. They did ask me when I actually went in for the interview, and I did tell the HR rep, like, this is where I'm going, because I ain't going to lie. And I'm actually happy that I'm going to that company. But, and then she's like, is that where so-and-so is? And I said, it is. Oh, when did you find that? I said, first of all, I started looking for another job in February. This is before that person left, so they had nothing to do with it. Don't even try to blame them. Don't do it, because they're going to try to say that I'm just going there because that's where my old boss is. And I'm like, that's not the case at all. I applied for these jobs at that company before I even knew he was even looking. So then I'm still sitting in this exit interview, and I'm trying to figure out how honest do I want
And
to
I
be
told you
with
to be very honest.
So then she asked me, so what do you recommend that we do to make the department better? Man,
know
I
they
started
lie.
just listing off some stuff to her. I said, y'all need to show more employee appreciation. I said, because why am I being told not to buy donuts for people anymore?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I bought donuts once and expensed them, and they had my boss pull me into the office and told me to not do that anymore. And I was like,
Did they give a reason for that?
no.
Because the other departments they were doing way
They
more
was taking
than that.
people to, like, there's a place here called Game Showroom where you could literally have teams and play games against each other. I had a quote put together and everything, sent it to them, and they was like, nah, no. I was like, oh, okay. I said, start there. I said, first of all, pharmacists shouldn't be running this department, period. Your analyst should. Why are you having pharmacists run this department? And I told them, I don't know, I gave them a whole list of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, it's not like I'm going to go and, tell these people. It was so bad. She asked me if I knew of any issues that one of the partners has with me, because it was always this one partner that was saying all this stuff. And I was like, if he hasn't, I said, clearly he has an issue with me. I said, I just don't know what the issue is. And I'm not going to figure it out, and I'm not going to try. So I'm just going to go to another company. And I made it clear to her that I asked for a transfer before I actually decided to leave the company, and they acted like I never even asked for it. I said, but I told them when I asked for that transfer that if they didn't approve the transfer, I was going to look to go to another company. And they acted like I never asked for the damn transfer. So what did I do?
Got me another
Going to
job.
another company. I said, I ain't going to keep reminding them. They know I asked for it. What I'm talking for? I just leave because I got options. So that's what I did.
Yay.
And now I start at the new company on Monday.
Have fun.
That's
I
fun.
can't
Congratulations.
wait. Thank you.
That's what's up.
So yeah, that was
Yeah.
that. Now I want to talk about Atlanta because
Stray
that
kids.
was fun. So that was one question you asked us on the way here. Because I bought a new car recently, and it is a Tesla, and it comes with the full self-drive free for 3 months, or 1 month, or if you use a referral code, you get 3 months. So if anybody trying to buy a Tesla and want a referral code, let me know, because I got one. I shouldn't be, well, actually, yeah, that they give me credit. But anyway, so I bought the Tesla. We used it to go to Atlanta, and I used the full self-drive for it. It was going swimmingly.
It was at first.
It was. So it so when you have a Tesla, it will plan out your stops for charging, and which is actually really nice. And the first stop for the charging, it was like, all right, this is where you go. We went there, charged up. It only cost me $15 to charge it, and it took less than 20 minutes, which actually really surprised me. So now we on our way to the second charging stop, and it was giving me notifications on the screen, right? So naturally, you look at the screen to read the notifications. But as I'm reading the notifications on the screen, it starts saying, pay attention to the road. And I was like, okay, you giving me notifications, so I feel like I should read those too, but okay, I'll pay attention to the road. But then somehow a damn bug ended up in the car and is on my window. So I'm trying to get this bug out the car. And while I'm trying to do this, at some point the thing started beeping at us and it says, take control of the steering wheel immediately. And I was just like, what?
The Tesla kicked her
It
off.
turned off the full self-drive on its own. It said, you ain't paying attention and I'm turning this shit off. Drive yourself.
You don't control me, I control you.
I literally said, you my robot.
Nuh-uh. It said, watch me not do it.
I'm no one's robot.
So you got a Jocelyn Tesla.
It did. It
First
said,
of all,
pick
I don't
up
like
driving
that you are comparing me
immediately.
to a
Because
damn
if you was a Tesla, you'd have did the same thing.
bitch. Listen,
Exactly.
like, cause what I done
So-
told you twice.
It
Honestly,
caught some car. I said, did the car just kick us off of self-drive?
So did it let you get back on?
we had to get to the next stop and
Yeah.
charge up, and then
Then it
us-
let it get
But
back
it did tell me to give me a notification. Say you got 4 times for me to tell you to pay attention, and I'm turning it back off.
It threatened her.
I was like, fuck.
So who does Tesla telling you what to do?
I said, I don't know if I like this. This is too conform. Like, I feel like this is literally AI taking over now. Because I'm like,
got
we're
its
supposed to
own
tell you what to
personality.
do.
It do. It said, I told
It said,
your
bitch,
ass.
I said it not once, not even twice, but I said it 4 damn times to pay attention to this goddamn road, and your ass is trying to worry about a fucking fly. I'm turning it off.
Yep.
I said, oh,
I would've
okay.
crashed.
I'm not gonna cry.
No,
crashed out.
it was like it take control. Beep, 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 was,
Literally, I had to make sure that it took me a second to realize what was going on. And I put my foot on the pedal and started driving. But I was just like, good Lord, what if I really wasn't paying attention?
Tesla kill you.
So that's why with my question, like if I was asleep.
You
okay.
can't be asleep. It'll beep at
You
you.
cannot be asleep.
Because it got a camera looking at you.
It
It
literally
knows
does.
if you paying attention.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a camera
Remember the
right
camera
there.
that I showed you that was inside?
It's looking at
That's
you.
my assumption is that's what's looking to see if I'm paying attention
But I'm
to
saying
the
there's
road.
many people that have a Tesla that like auto drives. Like who's watching
I think they
that?
actually had that happen though. Like when Tesla first became a big thing, I think there was an instance where somebody was sleeping at the wheel and the Tesla
the rail.
measured how far a car was in front of them, and it hit them, and the guy died. At least that's what I've heard. I don't
that's
know if that's true or
interesting.
not.
Probably.
But I've heard.
Probably in the
sounds about
beginning, the first models, it probably did.
That's why people said a lot of people was really iffy on the full self drive, but they said it's like 10 times better now.
Cause you used it here on the way here.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I mean, it's
Did
I'll
it
be
kick you
honest,
off
it's a
the
cool
side?
car. I wasn't checking for a Tesla. I was dead set on getting back into a Jeep Wrangler. But my brother was the one pushing for it. He was like, I really think you like a Tesla. I really do. But then as we pulling up to the place to go test drive, he said, I was going to get one, but it ain't luxury enough for me. I said, so put me in the peasant car then, huh?
He's okay. Your poor ass can have it.
While
right.
the king gets
Your brother funny, man.
So I ended up test driving, and I was like, actually, I do really like this. Actually, before I test drove the Tesla, I test drove a Ford Mustang Mach-E.
I've seen those.
And those are fully electric. And literally was at the dealership, had them running my credit to like sign on the dotted line to get it. And then my brother came, and honestly, I said, I don't like the way this salesman is talking to you. I said, he trying to sell you something, not the other way around. I don't like how he talking. So he was like, I think you like driving a Tesla. So I went and test drove a Tesla and ended up getting that. The process was so easy.
Yeah, they desperate for people.
We ain't about to
Oh
get
yeah,
into
her and
that.
her. You know
They
who.
desperate.
We ain't about to get into that. But yeah, so it drove us to Atlanta. It went really well. So we get to Atlanta. I don't know what happened with Jade, but I feel like once we hit Atlanta, her stomach started talking for her. Cause everything was, I'm hungry, I want this, I want this. I said, this for somebody that swear they don't care about food and don't even think about it because they fast so much.
Look,
I was like, this girl been talking about food since we got here.
because I'm hungry now.
You know Atlanta got nothing but food
That's why I
places
said I'm
everywhere you
looking at all
look.
the barbecue joints like,
Now
pulled
we
pork
still didn't make
sandwich
it to that
though.
damn
Show
barbecue
don't
joint we
sound
was
bad.
looking at. We was looking. There was supposedly a barbecue joint that was right by the hotel.
Oh, we sure didn't
And
go.
we walked so many places to try to find this place. Could never find it. I was like, "Where's the barbecue?" Because I could go for a good brisket.
And even when we went in there, we never found that damn barbecue. I don't know where that barbecue was at.
And they had, I don't know why people did this, but bless their heart because they did it. And I do not mean that in the typical way that Southerners typically mean that. But they had K-pop karaoke.
Oh,
And so many people that don't know Korean
It was a mess.
was going up there
It was a mess.
doing K-pop karaoke.
And mumbling because they didn't know.
That's the kind of stuff that they was doing. I was like,
I'd have
none
left.
of us know what they saying.
I turned around.
But it was like,
we did end up leaving, but we left because somebody bought their dog in there and it stank.
yeah,
Ooh, funky animal.
they brought
Yeah,
they
did not-
dirty.
It looked like it smelled like a wet dog.
It had nothing to do with
because
it being
it had
a
been raining
dog.
that day too.
It was just because the
It was just
dog
because
literally
it
stank. It wasn't
smelled.
because if the dog didn't stink, I wouldn't have cared. The dog was chill. It was sitting there.
Yeah, he was
It was
super
cool.
chill, but he
stank.
had an odor, and I was just like, I can't.
He literally
sit
smelled like
through
wet
this.
dog.
So we ate our drinks. We drank our.
Yeah, we
Shut
had
up.
that flight of shots.
We did have a flight of shots.
We had them little glitter drinks and shit. You know, just bullshit.
Lost me at glitter.
It's
They
edible.
almost lost me at glitter too because we didn't realize
I didn't realize
was
that
in them
glitter
until
in
they brought them to us. And then we ate some mediocre food.
Show did.
But then we went to the hotel and ate some better food. But then somehow our throat started bothering us.
I don't know what was in
Allergic
there.
reaction.
I don't know what
something-
it was.
Because
But
me and her
both of our
throat
throats started bothering
We
us.
was like,
I was like, I don't know. It was good, but
But I don't think it was the food. I think it was something in the environment. So it might have been a cleaning product they was using or something. I don't think it was the food.
Or the spice.
You know, we old. I don't know.
girl, you don't stop calling us. Oh, we ain't that damn.
I don't know
old.
what happened after 30, but I'm just allergic to things I wasn't allergic to before.
See, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
we
ain't
know.
allergic to nothing. Oh, I forgot to ask this. It's in relation to the question of the week. So, I gave this opinion in the pharmacy. I want to see what y'all think about it.
Yes, yes.
I said I think that the government or whoever, not even the government because I don't want to make this political, but I think that it should be mandatory that for at least 24 hours every year, internet goes dark. Everybody has to be without the internet.
I mean, yeah.
I'm indifferent either way. Like I'm not addicted to
It's
it like
not
most
like
people are.
like
so
like Jay said. I'm not addicted to it.
it wouldn't bother me none.
You know, like it's just whenever I have that downtime. But I work 6 days a week, so
Nah, that sucks.
well,
But-
five.
sure that's-
but
is
like
that part of how
five
you
and then like
relax,
half
though?
a day. You know what I'm saying?
Is
So
that like part of how you relax? Is that like part of your wind down?
kind of like a wind down, or if I just want to look at something because I use like social media like a tool. So if it's something I don't know, I could just look it up. It's readily available. So like instead of me having to Google it, I could look up videos and how tos. Because even if you Google those how tos, it's just gonna take you to YouTube or TikTok anyway.
Because you know YouTube University is where it's at for me.
Oh, for sure.
YouTube
That's how I got my
University.
degree. YouTube University and ChatGPT. Can't take it back now. Already got it. Can't take it back now.
Yeah, I didn't start using YouTube to learn stuff until I decided I wanted to start a podcast. That's literally where I was like, okay, need to look up cameras, need to look up mics, need to look up sets, need to look up all this stuff, and that's when I went to YouTube.
Oh my girl, YouTube got everything.
And honestly, I rarely ever used YouTube. And you know what? I never used YouTube. I had one, but I rarely ever used
Crazy.
it until I started getting into K-pop. That's when I started watching YouTube.
Have been watching YouTube every day since like 2008. I watch YouTube religiously.
And maybe it was because YouTube came around when the year that I graduated from high school. That was the year that YouTube was created. In
When did you graduate high school?
2006.
Damn.
I knew you was gonna do that stupid
When'd you
shit.
graduate?
2018.
I feel kind of
was-
old.
Wasn't you 4 years behind me? 2000? No, you was 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
2018.
See, we ain't gonna let
Did
you
he
back on the
say
show.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he a youngin.
Damn.
At least you ain't no YN though.
Nah.
And you got your moments.
Yeah.
I wasn't justified.
Nothing
I
you
wasn't
said was just.
I wasn't justified.
Nah, you was calling that lady crackheads and everything.
I said I wouldn't argue with a bitch. I got more hair than, and I meant that. She's a bald eagle, and you was pressing up on me. You mad because I didn't want your attention? Like, I can only
Not a
ask you.
bald eagle.
You ain't called that girl a bald eagle. I'm like, you just ignorant.
But was I wrong though? Like,
No,
come
you
on.
wasn't
I
wrong.
asked you 8 times, leave me alone.
I wasn't even talking about
8?
that. I'm just talking about you in general. You look like you always on the verge of crash out.
Nah, but I don't.
Did
But
you ever finish Weak Hero?
Yeah, I was gonna talk to you about that.
All right, let's talk.
Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Baku should have ended that man's life like episode 5.
But then what show would it be, though?
I'm just saying, like, what you mean you jumping? I don't think that was his brother, right? The guy that he
they
was
were just
working with. They
friends.
were just good friends. What you mean you had your henchmen, dang near kill my friend, like beat my friend that bad, and then now you want me to work for you? I'm like,
That
you
is
too
wild.
chill. You
That
too
is
chill
wild.
for me,
That
bro.
is wild.
Like, no.
That is.
Okay, so for the people that has not heard of or seen Weak Hero, it is a great show.
It is good.
It just came out with season 2. So the first one, it used to be called Weak Hero Class 1 because in Korea, their high school is set up. Class 1 is like your freshman, class 2, sophomore, blah, blah, blah. So this was Weak Hero Class 1. And it followed this guy who all he wanted to do was study and be get good grades, make a living for himself or whatever. And he has a run-in with these bullies because that's an issue in Korea. Or
Based on all them shows, it's
based
a
on
real
all
bad
it
issue that
seems
needs to
an
be
issue in
solved.
Korea. And
Ugh.
so he has a run-in with these bullies, and they are trying to break him. And he keeps telling them, please leave me alone. Just leave me alone. And of course, in natural bully form, they don't leave him alone. And what they do instead is like, okay, they start trying to figure out a way where they can break him. So what they do is they take a fentanyl patch, get somebody to put it on his neck so that it makes him dizzy during an important mock test. And he ends up like getting dizzy. I think he threw up and he missed one question on this test.
Spiraled.
And had the most epic crash out that I have ever
It was crazy.
seen. And he beat the living hell out of 2 of those bullies. Stabbed one of them with a pen. If you see this man click a pen, you better get to running. Because he will use it as a weapon. He stabbed one of them in the hand with a pen, and the force he used had to be pretty strong because it went straight through. And he wrapped the other one head in a curtain that was
where
on
was the
window
teacher? Was what I was thinking the whole
bashed
time.
his head in with a book.
But where was the teacher that was there at the beginning of the class?
Oh, he was gone.
Where did
the
they
teachers
go?
always disappear.
They always go.
The teacher always they hear 1 second, gone the next. Maybe they going to get authorities. I don't know. But it was such a good show, and every episode kept building because the bully was like, "Nah, we're gonna get our get back." So they go get somebody else to beat him, and then now he got his little crew, and they start fighting and stuff like that. But a bunch of stuff happens in this show. Something heartbreaking happens in the first season too.
Always something.
And it almost made me be like, I can't do it. But second season made up for it. And in the second season, I want to see so the guy that dies at the end, do you think that he unalived himself? Or do you think that somebody did it? Because that is the thing that everybody's talking about now. Is like, how did this happen?
I think those guys he was working for killed him.
I think so too.
Like, I think they killed him.
I think so too. Other people think that he did it to himself. I'm like,
Why would he
nah.
do that?
But if I was Baku, I would have took him out.
Oh, I would have took him out a long time ago.
Like-
Because Baku could have took him easily.
easily.
He was winning that fight in the last round.
And I don't get why he lost on purpose. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I think that was literally just for theatrics.
I was like, that's not okay.
Literally for theatrics. I do wish I call him Crash Out now, the guy with the pen. But I do wish that he was a better fighter in this one. I think he was a better fighter in the first season than he was the second.
For sure. Season 1, he was very brutal. Season 2,
he barely used the pen this season. I said, "Where's the pen?"
Well, he would
That's
try.
The other
Now
character.
where's the?
I'm like,
It's a character in the
it should be
show.
on payroll.
Maybe
But-
they want to calm him down, baby.
But I did fall in love with the guy with the glasses, one of the bad guys.
Don't you always though?
Don't I?
the one,
Don't
the one
you
with the cigarette. It's the one with
always
the cigarette,
do it on
ain't
the
it?
show.
You
huh?
love a
It's the one with the
toxic dude.
cigarette, ain't it? He always had the cigarette, and he was just
Yeah,
I
She
know
loves
it.
somebody
I knew it.
toxic.
I
She
knew it.
loves some. She
Yeah,
lives.
I
was
was going down the
unhinged.
rabbit hole
And she
watching all
loves
his
it.
stuff now.
He's unhinged.
She loves the rich toxic man. That is her favorite.
So on season 1, you
prototype.
Prototype.
So season 1, you liked
Favorite
the
one.
one that was defending was it his sister?
I don't
Remember
know what you're
when they hired him to beat up the main character?
Oh yeah, with the big nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah, I knew it.
I liked him.
I knew it.
Mhm.
'Cause
I
he
was
rich
sad
and
he didn't
crazy.
come back after he
Yeah, I
went,
knew it.
went to
Rich and
jail.
crazy.
I
That's
knew
what
it.
she likes.
That's your type.
That is your type.
Toxic love, toxic.
Why do
Hey,
you
I
love
just
it?
realized what you said.
And you
Talking about,
did.
You did.
talking about toxic love, toxic. I'm not toxic.
And you.
You go, love me some of that.
That she do and do and do.
I am not toxic. Hey,
What's up?
for anybody, I don't know which one of these cameras looking at me, but
She toxic.
Toxic.
I'm talking about just as far as these K-dramas go. I always am attracted to the toxic person. Not in real life. Don't bring no toxic people to me. I'm like Mary J. No more drama.
No more. No more.
I don't like you.
Why?
All right. So we talked about yours. Oh, you should watch. Y'all should watch
Okay.
Brave Citizen.
It's so many. What's this one?
This was a movie.
A movie.
I like
It got
that one
it got the
with
guy
the,
with the glasses in it.
Okay.
I actually saw that before I saw Weak Hero, so I just didn't know they were the same person. But this one, he plays a high school student again, and he's the bad guy in this one too. But it's about this teacher who is low key one of the best fighters, and he's bullying students, and she's like putting an end to it with a cat mask on. So she's a vigilante, just like beating his ass, and he don't know who she is.
Whole time it's your teacher.
Whole time it's her little petite ass.
Imagine getting lumped up, then you still got to take an exam next
She
week.
is straight
Okay.
up rocking his ass, and I was just like,
But
damn.
why? Like, where do they find the time? Is what I wonder in all of these. I'm like, where are the hours in the day to have time for all this shit?
But study group was good too.
Study group was amazing.
I watched a couple episodes, I think.
I don't think you have. That's because you got off the K-drama train. I'm slowly getting her back on. She's watching Mr. Queen now.
I finished Mr. Queen.
Tell me about it.
Okay,
I need to
so
start that.
it's good. It's about a chef. He's a high-profile chef, and he has to cook. Who was that? The prime minister? Was that who that man was?
Who
Yeah.
with the fish hook?
He had to cook this meal for the prime minister. Somebody in the prime minister's camp is trying to kill him. So they implant a fish hook in the fish so that the cook can get blamed. But the prime minister caught the fish hook. He didn't choke on it to die. He caught it. So then he gets framed for it, and then the police come to question him. And they it was weird. So they kind of push him off the balcony. He falls into the pool. He was trying to escape, and he wasn't good at escaping. And he fell off the balcony into the pool, hits his head. And he somehow wakes up as the soon-to-be queen and with the Kim dynasty
era.
Yeah.
Back when they actually had kings and queens.
What
and
was
stuff.
that, the 17th or 18th century?
Girl, don't give me the lie. I just felt bad for the king because I actually looked up because it's the king in this show. They actually did have a king
They
had
based
his
it off a
name.
real king.
So I looked up the actual king, and I wish I wouldn't have
It was
because he
sad.
had such a sad life.
Yeah.
He was actually like, based on what I read about him, he was actually a good dude, and I don't care what nobody say. They killed him. They killed him.
That's what they kept to the
They
real
poisoned him.
That's
I mean,
what
that's
we
the
think
only way
happened
you
to the
really
real
killed
one.
anybody.
But in the show, though, they was trying to kill him. So we think
They
that's
was.
based off truth because in the show they was trying to kill him because it turns out that he secretly was working with a group of bandits to try to take down the government because they grimy, even though he's the king. It was very interesting.
He's trying to end slavery, all this stuff.
Why can't he just abolish that as the king?
Because it's interesting.
Because he was supposed to be a puppet king,
not a real king.
Also a figurehead. So really
but not real. Because
they thought that he was stupid. They thought he wasn't smart.
But they were blackmailing him because the family that got him to be the king is the same family that killed his family. They killed his family.
And if you look up the real king, it says too that he was not very bright. And I was like,
but he was just secretly plotting against, because he wanted to get his revenge on them people for being corrupt because they killed his family and then made him king. But then he really didn't have no power. Even though he was the king, he didn't really have no power.
But the start of that show was this man woke up as the queen.
The queen to be. She wasn't queen yet.
Yeah.
He woke up as the queen to be.
Unfortunately for him, they got married literally the next day.
Can you imagine?
So after, apparently they think that the queen tried to unalive herself in their lake. So they drained the lake of all the water. And she kept trying to do anything. She first she just thought she had to go back to the lake and just like try to drown herself so that she can wake back up.
But
he can wake back up in his body.
So he is in her body, but all of his thoughts. So she is not in the body. Her subconscious is somewhere else. We don't know where it went.
Right.
And he is now in the body.
That he can undo it by going back to the lake. And he finds that the lake has been dried.
Because they don't want her to kill herself.
Right. And so now he starts finding anything with water in it and just dunking his head in it. He dunked it in a bucket because he was like, maybe this will work. And then he finally came up with a deal with, I don't even know what they are called.
The ladies in
baby
waiting.
mama. That's what they keep saying.
The ladies in waiting.
Ladies in waiting. Okay. He made a deal with her that he'll cook for her if they put water back in the lake. But now no one will let him get close enough to the lake to even get in it.
Are you talking about the queen?
The one they keep calling baby mama?
Yeah, he made a deal with the, I don't know how to describe it because she was called the queen, but she wasn't the queen.
I know she was the one really running the show.
Yeah, she was the one really running the show.
But it was a really good show. And the queen was funny as hell. She slapped the king. And he was like, how dare you? She was like, okay. The king couldn't read apparently, but he was acting like he couldn't read because he knew he was supposed to appear stupid. So he would think he was reading like actual like literature and stuff, but he was really just looking at pictures of like naked people.
But he wasn't. He wanted them to think he was illiterate, so he's looking at the Kama Sutra, but he wasn't. He was reading like war documents and shit, but they're making it seem like he wasn't reading. It was a lot going on, but it's a good show.
It is a really good show.
Interesting plot.
And which character plays him from what show?
I don't know what other stuff he was in.
Anything.
I never seen him before.
Yeah, I've never seen him in anything.
But I'm sure you know how they do. He's probably had 17 other things that we don't know anything about. Because that's how they work.
I said it once and I said it again. I don't know where all these K-pop stars is coming from, where these actresses and actors are coming from, because South Korea is a small country. But yet they have so much talent there. And I don't know what they're doing about their dramas, but their dramas are top notch. They are so good.
Because Study Group was good.
Study Group. I can't wait. They
said
that there's confirmed the second season is going to come out for that.
But it's so many shows.
What'd you say?
You said so many shows.
It's so many shows.
I'm trying to get Jade back on the train.
I'm not. When I got more free time.
I know you in school and all.
I'll get back.
Oh, you back in school?
Yeah, she in school.
I'm almost done. I graduate this fall.
Okay, I'm gonna be there.
You gonna be there? Okay. I'll let y'all know by August. I gotta apply to graduate in September by August.
Let me know how time.
Yeah, you gonna graduate around my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the loudest one there. They gonna kick me out. They gonna say, "Get him out."
I'm gonna embarrassing people.
You
if
can.
I ain't embarrassing, then how am I gonna show my support?
Yeah.
Talking about some you can.
What?
Encourage it.
I'll take my support. What do you need?
Always with the shits.
Yeah, it should be if I graduate on time.
Where you graduating from?
WGU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your bachelor's in what?
Health and Human Services.
Human
Because I'm thinking about getting my master's in social work. It depends on how I feel about it.
I'm thinking about going through. Are you gonna go through WGU again? Because I'm thinking about going through that.
I can't because they don't have a master's in social work. I was thinking IU.
Their master's programs are really limited.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe IU afterwards.
Or, Indiana Wesleyan, you think about them?
No,
They high. I
no.
use cheaper. I'm not.
Do not do that.
Didn't you graduate?
I
from
did.
there?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that's where I got my bachelor's from.
So you paid.
It's so expensive. I'm not
I
even
did.
considering them
Indiana
based off the
Wesleyan is
price
expensive
alone.
as
I'm
hell.
not doing that.
And I did look up a master's program for them, and I think per year it was like $30,000. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm
And a
so
master's
good.
would be what? An extra.
Go to Harvard.
2 years. Me? With a Kelly degree? You think they let me get in?
Yeah, they have programs. So I don't even know if a lot of people even know about this, because this is how. Because before I decided to do podcasting, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for my master's in data science. And Harvard was one of them one of the options that I could go to. And they have a program with Coursera where all you have to do is take these prerequisite classes online, and as long as you pass them with at least a B, you get automatically into their program. And it's like a set dollar amount too, and it was like, I mean, it was less than $20,000, but it wasn't 30 or anything. It's still expensive, but it wasn't like $30,000 or anything.
Because I know my job will pay for me to get a master's, but
Well, that's nice.
it has to be within like a certain range.
So you gonna get a master to continue on what you're doing, or you gonna pivot and do something else?
My bachelor's is in supply chain, so I might do like global sourcing or something. I kind of
Okay.
want to do like something higher up.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what none of that mean.
Sourcing is just like
No, supply chain. Like, what does that do? What do you do with that?
it
You
could
can
be
like
anything. It could be like distribution.
Yeah.
It could be
So like warehouse stuff.
I don't want to do that. Before I worked at the hospital, I was at a warehouse. I would never go back to. Shout out to the people that do it. You know how I feel about jobs. That I feel like if you working me too hard, you know my saying. You need not workers. You need
Hey, it's opportunity.
You need slaves. Okay.
Oh my gosh, let's not go there.
But
You
distribution
do.
applies to a lot of stuff,
But
though.
like
a lot of stuff.
Well, the one I worked for was like a shoe warehouse, and it's like the headquarters was in Indiana, so you sending it anywhere from LA to New York, like from coast to coast. So like them days was long. But for me, I don't know. Just maybe either sourcing or I don't know, maybe data analytics, something like that, something along that. Like I just think when I get older, I don't want something like high stress. Like I want
I don't
minimum.
blame you.
Life work balance. Like I really see why people say that. Like instead of work life, I say life work. Like my life has to come first.
I will tell you that one of the perks about the company I just left, we did have really good work-life balance. Like
Sure did.
it was flexible as all get out. That was one of the few things that I still loved about that company. I have a question though. And this actually, I just remembered that me and you, Jade, said that we wanted to make sure we brought this up here, and you probably don't even remember it.
Show don't. What is it?
What is broke travel?
Oh
Like flying Spirit type broke travel or
no, broke travel.
Jade, this is Jade's topic.
Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the games. The people that go, they travel, but all they really have is the money to get their ass over there. And then they want you to be on broke people shit when you get over there. I planned. I got money.
Okay.
You having $200 is your problem. I came here with some
or
money.
you wait till the day you get paid to pay for your ticket, your fare
They don't
there,
have
and
nothing.
then you ain't got
They
nothing
paid
else
for the
rest of
ticket to get there. But they don't tell you they don't have no money till you already there. They mention nothing. And then when you get there and you want to go do something that costs more than $25, that's when you discover they planned for this whole 3-day trip to only spend $200.
Nah.
Well,
Nah,
hold
you just
on,
gonna be
wait.
at the room hungry or
Let me
something.
play
No.
devil's advocate here.
No.
Because I was young and dumb at one
Do
point.
they know about the trip too?
See, the problem that makes it a problem for me is if we ain't all collectively in broke travel together.
Okay, so
That's
now
if we all are collectively in broke travel together,
when
then
I
it's
was
fine.
25, 26, I took a trip to Vegas that thank God nothing wrong happened. Because if something had happened that would have made it harder for us to get back to Indiana, who God knows where I would be. Because I ain't have my account was negative. Like I overdrew that count before I even got on the plane to go to Vegas. And I overdrew it on purpose.
You need your ass whooped.
You ain't lying, I did. I did need my
What
ass
you mean
whooped.
negative?
It was
Past the limit?
That's what negative means.
That's what I'm saying. Like So if you'd have got paid,
And it wasn't negative no $20.
Nah,
Oh,
It was
man.
triple digits.
you probably had a comma in there.
No, they would never let me overdraw that
No,
much.
they shut that
They
account
got a
off.
limit. They like, this ain't no damn credit card. But yeah, it was negative like maybe $200-$300, and we took our asses to Vegas. And I'll tell you what, you know what? I thoroughly pissed off some timeshare salesmen too, because they found our asses and was like, hey, if you sit through this timeshare presentation, we'll give you 2 shows and free meal at the steakhouse. I was like, shit, I ain't got no money anyway. Perfect.
That's when that I can't be bought shit started.
Yeah,
ain't it?
exactly. I can be bought.
Bought you with dinner and a show. You said, you know what?
You know what? Our show don't got nothing
2-hour
to
presentation knowing you ain't buying no goddamn time
do.
shit.
You got no tail money.
They put us all in. So me and my friend decided to do it. They put us in some bus. We could have been somebody's sex slave at that point. But they put us in a bus and drove us off the strip to some timeshare presentation, and we sat. It was a long ass presentation.
Yeah, they made you
too.
work for that meal in that show.
And when we was leaving, they sent. So we went through the presentation. Then they had us like all in almost like a line going through like to this next room, and then this next room is where all the like real salesmen are, and they going. They'll say the little spiel, and then everyone will end. So what do we got to do to get you to sign? And I was just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I kind of wanted it though. I ain't gonna even lie, but I was like, Jocelyn, you know damn well your account already negative. You can't buy no timeshare. So we ended up saying no to everybody, and then the person that offered it to us is taking us down the elevator so we can get back on the bus and go back to the strip. And she hands us our stuff, the free tickets to. That's where I saw Carrot Top for the first time. He was actually pretty funny, but she give us our stuff, our vouchers and stuff, and on the elevator she said, you know, this is our livelihood. You really shouldn't do this if you don't plan on
Y'all
buying
asked
stuff.
me.
I said, well, you shouldn't leave with free stuff. I'm like, I am a 26-year-old broke person in Vegas. You offering me a free steak and a show. Duh. Of course I want it.
But secondly, that's how you're selling it to me, is if I watched it. You never said sign up. Let's start there. You never said I had to sign up.
You said I just had to sit through this damn presentation.
However long that was. And I get a free steak with a show.
See, but this why I don't do broke travel. Because had you had money, you'd have been like, if you don't get out my face with that stupid shit,
Girl,
I don't
you
want
catch
no
me
time
on the right day, I'll still go to that presentation and get that free meal. Save my money.
I ain't wasting my
Shit.
time
Was the
like
steak
that.
fire though?
I don't even remember it, to be honest.
So it wasn't.
Nah, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
All that in the bag of chips.
Because I can't stand it. Do you do broke travel?
No.
Yeah.
That was the only time I've done broke travel, but
not.
hey, I had fun.
I'm not. Because I feel like if you don't have the money, why are you going? Just wait till you got some more damn money.
Now-
Just wait.
I will say this, and you said this when we were talking about it before, and I agree with you. After a certain age, ain't no more broke travel.
I will leave your
Now
broke
it's
ass
get your
where you
priorities
at.
straight.
I will leave you. Or,
Like, why
I
you
said,
taking that trip and you know your ass
You
just
know you ain't got no
You know
money.
your ass just ate tuna
Because
and
I'm
ramen
telling
noodles.
I got bamboozled. I got bamboozled for this trip. I ain't going to go into too much detail.
Yeah, you
But
should.
I got bamboozled on this trip. We went to Tennessee. I'm like, yeah, it was for her birthday. She invited me. So I was like, okay, Jade, let's do a road trip. Let's make it fun. I was like, okay, sure. So we get a rental car. Right, we get the rental car. My other friend books the cabin in her name. The rental car ain't in birthday girl name either. My credit messed up because she said her credit messed up. So nothing can be in her name, right?
Wait,
She gave us the money for that shit, though. She gave us the money for that shit. But
you don't have to have good credit to rent a car.
we know. You know how you know somebody lying, but you ain't trying to be with the drama.
Okay,
Like, you
well,
got the
let
money,
me
whatever.
shut up.
I don't know what criminal activities you doing, whatever. And so, but we get there. Like, we drive all the way over there. It's a good little time. Besides the time she almost got us murdered.
Don't they always?
Yeah, we stopped at Dairy Queen. She went to get a little chicken salad. We in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky. I don't even know what the small town's name is. We in the middle of nowhere. She get mad that her chicken salad ain't got no chicken, which it didn't. She go back in there.
It's already nature food. And it didn't have
They had
The
cut,
protein in it,
they
yeah.
had cut up chicken nuggets in there, and we like,
Oh,
hell no,
no.
that no. So we go back in there. I was like, I'm gonna use the bathroom. We in the middle of nowhere. I don't know when we gonna use the bathroom again. So while she yelling at them, apparently I'm in the bathroom, not knowing anything. She in there yelling at them, and then she basically get kicked out for keep yelling at them. And then turns out she had a gun that wasn't even registered in the car. She didn't tell us. I said, so you pissing off the people at Dairy Queen where they called the police on us, and you got an unregistered gun?
She do know
And we
that
three
in
black
us-
people in Kentucky who ain't even from here. Who gonna get us out of jail, girl? We don't even know where we at.
She do know that in some states it's not legal to carry a gun.
We told her that. We was like, why? And then she talked about it's for the bears when we get over there.
Girl,
You can't shoot the bears. Like, one, you can't even shoot the bears.
Their muscles is too thick.
And the bears ain't even worried about you. They want
They
your
really
food.
ain't.
They don't care about you.
bears don't give a damn.
But yeah, but
about
then we
you.
get to Georgia, and that's when, not Georgia, we get to Tennessee,
Tennessee.
and that's when we learn that she ain't got no money. She trying to clip coupons to go to $27 events. She on
Yeah, that
Groupon
pissed me
holding
off.
up the line. We go to eat. She don't want to go nowhere nice because she says she ain't got the money. We want to go shopping. She don't want to go shopping because she ain't got no money. And we like, why did you invite us here? You invited us here. How the hell you ain't got no money?
So what was she gonna do if y'all said no, just not go?
She would have went with no money. I don't know what she
Then
would
what
have
the
did.
fuck was she gonna do?
I don't know.
Sit in the room probably.
And then I was mad because I want to do all type of shit.
Y'all not friends probably.
They are.
I just don't travel nowhere with her. Anything that involves money, I don't go. I only hang out with her if it's free. I don't go nowhere with no
Gatlinburg,
money.
I think the same year you went.
It would have been
And-
fun at how we went without a broke ass.
I went to Gatlinburg with another group of friends that year, and the only thing they did that pissed me off was nobody wanted to go to a barbecue joint. I'm like,
What's the
we
point
are
of going
What
down
is
there?
the
we are
point?
in Tennessee. What are we doing? We ended up at some just like regular degular old place, and I think I ended up eating chicken strips.
You should at least went to the Paula Dean restaurant.
No,
I
we-
know what she said, but I still went. I shouldn't have, but I did. It was good. It was good as fuck.
Ain't she the one that said get them some chicken?
No, she said something worse than that.
No, she actually said the N word.
She
That's what I'm
sure
saying. But
did.
then she said that.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Paula, I shouldn't have went, but I did. And it was good as
The
fuck.
funnest thing we did that was the moonshine tasting. That was
Yeah, we did that.
that was fun.
She was cussing out. She was trying to cuss out some lady in a wheelchair.
If
It's
there
problematic.
if you could be addicted to something that wouldn't like completely just derail your life and it was legal, what would you choose to be addicted to?
I don't like being addicted to anything.
I just play along.
I'm thinking.
That's a good question.
You know, I think we actually did this question on here before. Maybe it was one of the ones we didn't release because I deleted so many edited episodes.
If I had to be addicted to
I don't
something,
want to be addicted to nothing.
does it have to be a drug?
No, it could literally be anything. It doesn't have to be a drug.
You already know what I'm addicted to.
No, I don't.
Them goddamn iced honey buns.
Oh yeah, them
Sweet
had you in such a chokehold.
Baby diabetic Jesus. Them
White
things
ice.
had me such. Oh, I was eating 3-4 of them a day. It was.
No, you was.
Oh, I was secretly buying all of them, and it was me
Jade.
and somebody else fat ass was trying
And
to
I
buy
told you
all
that
them
was
honey
gonna
buns,
happen.
and I knew it, girl. And I was tearing them bitches up. Oh, I was tearing them bitches up.
You know what?
Did you heat them up or no?
And how
Yup,
the hell?
sure did.
Hold on, no, because this is how I know that God be laughing at us sometimes. Because how the hell was you sitting there eating 3-4 honey buns
Sure
in a
was.
day sometimes and losing weight?
But I wasn't losing weight at that time. It was the honey
I
buns.
don't give a damn. You should.
Why I gained the damn weight.
You should have been. God should have made you hold that weight for at least 2 years to teach you a lesson.
You are not a friend. How you mad that I ain't fat as fuck? What type of shit is that?
That's some hating activity right there.
You a hater. You ain't
That's
not a
different.
friend. So, but you should still be fatter, bitch. You eat all them honey buns.
I'm like, if that had been me, I wouldn't lose that damn weight until I was 69 and a half.
Well, I stopped eating them. I don't eat them anymore.
It ain't fair. You know what? I stand by.
Life
God-
ain't fair. I done
God
told you
knew
this.
what he was doing when he made me this size. Because if I was any smaller, I promise you I'd be a bitch.
Girl, life ain't fair. It's like
I say
that.
for me to be addicted, probably them
Yeah.
Culver's lemon ice.
Ooh, those are
Ooh,
good.
ain't they good?
If I could eat like 100 of those,
100.
and nothing happened. Nothing
And
happened.
nothing happened.
No bad health. Yeah, them got me in a chokehold.
What yours? Those nasty ass milks you be drinking?
Come on now, y'all keep bringing up my milk.
Peanut
Y'all
butter,
gonna get
chocolate
all-
milk.
Oh, bubble,
Stomach
toilet trouble.
Every time I mention peanut butter, this girl starts talking because I tell her I wanted to. Okay, this and it's actually on Sonic's menu
Okay.
as a regular item.
Okay.
Oreo peanut butter milkshake.
Foolish.
Okay, that do sound fire though.
That's foolish.
I'm not even gonna lie.
It's foolish,
You get
y'all.
Oreo with
That
the
is
Reese's.
big back
They got Reese's Pieces in it?
behavior.
No, it's just Reese's peanut butter.
And
I
Oreo.
need that. Can we get that at this?
We can't get that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know where a Culver's is. Not Culver's,
Not
a
Culver's.
Sonic.
Sonic, I don't know where one is
That
over here.
sounds
We could get it. It is the best thing.
I wouldn't even order it. I sure wouldn't.
Because I
It's
like
delicious.
Oreos.
How that sound to you?
I'm saying.
It's
Now if they had a
delicious.
honey bun,
I sure
Sonic
would.
should, yeah, I know.
I wouldn't. The chokehold, the devil had me in.
They do have a honey
with
bun
those
ice
honey
cream,
buns,
don't
and
they?
I ain't getting it, and I ain't eating it.
They probably do.
Have
They
y'all
got
had
Pop-Tart
those
ones.
Reese's ice cream sandwiches?
Yep,
No.
and they good.
Tan them bitches up.
They good. That was some big back shit. Them
With
bitches
joy, so much joy in her heart.
a bonus. What about the ones with the?
Shut up.
You know, like the strawberry cheesecake bars with the little crumbly stuff. You know, they got a Reese's
Strawberry
version.
shortcake?
Yeah, but you know they got a Reese's version.
Those came
Are
before
those
the
good?
dang on sandwiches.
Are those good? I ain't tried those.
They are delicious.
No, because remember those Biscoff ones? Now, them had you in a chokehold. Those Biscoff ones?
Look, Jade,
What?
Biscoff?
I'm gonna sit here and be honest with you. There have been some days and nights where I bust down a whole box of those.
How many come in a box?
3.
Not that many. They high, too.
There's
Oh,
3,
okay,
and they
okay.
literally as long as your finger. But
Because I'll be looking at the box and I'm like, it can't be a lot in there.
It
it's
ain't.
Not, it's not, and they're
It
small
ain't.
too.
They good,
and they
though.
cost like $7.
They
Yeah,
good,
they
though.
like $7, $8.
Savor every drop.
Say man, I be stick just.
The fact you said days and nights.
I've eaten a whole box of those, plus one of the crumble
Reese's with the little crumbly
ones,
things?
and this Reese's.
You
stick.
lucky you ain't lactose.
I think I might be
Because,
actually.
man, my stomach will be
I just
punished.
don't give a
You
fuck.
hear me?
If I gotta go out, I'm going out with a smile on my face. And what would put a smile on my face? Food.
Because, man, that lactose no joke.
I don't have it.
Man,
I'm
that
glad I
peanut
don't.
butter chocolate milk fucks me up every time.
And you keep getting it.
You keep going back.
Like, and this is the
Maybe that's your
problem.
addiction, the peanut butter milk.
I think my addiction,
Peanut butter milk.
my addiction is just sugar in general.
This peanut butter milk is so wild to me. I said, what type of fat ass shit
It's a
is a chocolate peanut butter milk? What type of fat shit is that?
Hey,
And I know it's thick milk. I know the milk.
I know, just
first of all milk is thick.
No, that milk's thicker.
and I bet it is. It's a melted little
Look,
milkshake. She just tearing that shit up.
When-
It's
Just peanut butter in
6:38
it.
fucking M. Fucking work.
And you know she getting two of them. One
You
for
know,
breakfast
one
and
for now, one for
lunch.
later.
I always get to
I
it.
know you do.
Double trouble on
Bubble.
Man, I fucked that
Toilet
I
up.
fucked that bathroom up.
bet
That
you did.
community. I should have felt bad. I really should have.
And said, "Ooh, now I got room for the second one."
And Shaw went downstairs and drank another one. I ain't shit. It's okay. You know, I'm whoever my future husband is. I bet he loved me for who I am.
He gonna love that peanut butter milk. Too,
He
man.
is. Both of us gonna be drinking one.
And she
So
the
do you
same
like-
person over here trying to say I should still gain more. I should be bigger.
I didn't say
While
you should
tearing
be.
all that
I
shit
didn't
She just
say
said
you
for
should
2 years,
be.
though. She did
I
say
just
for at least
said
2.
that it ain't fair. That as
Pause
soon
enough
as
for I quit eating. No.
as soon as you stop eating, you lost all that goddamn weight.
Girl, that's how it works.
But I go a month because I fasted from chips and all that stuff while I
Yeah.
was looking for another job. I ain't lose shit.
I don't know.
I said, make that make sense.
Because I just stopped eating chips and stopped eating them honey
This
buns.
ain't fair.
And I lost
Yeah,
40
okay.
pounds. It
It's
ain't
okay.
right. I know it ain't
30
right.
days? 30 days, nothing?
Nothing. I said, see,
That's some Dr.
I tried to tell her
Now
my
shit.
good news. She was
was
like,
like,
get that shit out my face.
Zero, though? Not even like half a pound?
no, I ain't lose shit. Son of
It's
a
the CM
bitch.
chicken, I'm trying to tell you.
I ain't going back there no more.
What happened? Because hold on.
You love CM chicken.
I know I love that damn place. The chicken ain't hitting no more.
They don't hit the same?
Nah.
Is it just the one location, or do you think it's all of them?
I just think it's the one location, but I can't tell you why.
Text it to me.
It'll get us canceled.
Yeah, text it to me.
Okay. I'll tell y'all afterwards.
Yeah, tell me afterwards.
But I do have a reason why I don't want to eat there no more. Not at least not that one. But yes, if I was to get, I mean, y'all went pretty wholesome. I was gonna say alcohol.
I get sick.
Yeah.
I said you wouldn't have any.
No, it's just it don't bring me the joy it used to.
There's joy involved in that?
It used to be.
Yeah.
Show did.
At your age, it should still be joy involved in that.
I just be dancing. That's how I know
That's
I had
the
too
joy.
much.
That I was half
You could let
naked.
loose and
Especially
be-
today on a hot day, I'll be basically in some pasties and some heels, fucking just downtown.
I wouldn't be in pasties, but I would be in
Well, my
Pasties-
somewhere.
pasties
My
is
stomach was
crazy.
flat at 25. Okay, it was flat.
Pasties is crazy.
Life was good for me back then. I should show you a picture of me 25.
She looks completely
I look
different.
completely different.
This girl. So when she started following me on Instagram, first of all, it was still her old picture. I said, "Who the fuck is that?"
I can see you saying
My
that.
face ain't even the same. I'm trying to tell you,
And
kids will jack you
so
up. man.
I go to the profile, and some of her first few pictures is like of her, and I was like, "Oh, that's Jade." So I started scrolling through, and I'm looking through like all her pictures, and I make it back to like way back. I said, "Who the fuck is this person? She keep taking pictures of. Why ain't no pictures of her on here?
'Cause
Whole
it's me.
time it's her ass."
Yeah.
I
You
went
in
to
this
her the
identity
next day at
crisis
work. I
shit is
said,
crazy.
"Jade, you
No.
look completely different."
Kids will ruin you, I tell you.
For real.
I was fine. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not even being funny. Like, for real, I was. I'm going to show you.
See, I actually prefer you as you are.
That's
now
what everybody
than me.
say, but I miss
I
my
think you
six
look
pack.
too small. I think you were way
I
too
miss
small.
my stomach being flat and eating like shit.
There's things
Life
we
was
can do
good.
for that though,
So
right?
like you can eat whatever you want.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we got an announcement. We're gonna start doing a live
Yay.
once a week
Yes.
on Sundays. Right now,
We got to find a good time.
We're gonna start doing a weekly walk.
But we want y'all
While
to
it's
walk
warm
with
outside.
us. Yeah, we want y'all to walk with
'Cause
us,
I ain't
not
going
just
nowhere in the
watching us
winter.
walk. Because I know a lot of vlogsters, they do that, but you're just watching them walk. We want y'all to walk with us. So when we walk, we want y'all to walk too.
Yeah, let's get healthy together. Help
Together.
Jocelyn lose some weight.
It's 30 days and no change.
Shut
That's
up.
a cruel
Shut
joke.
up.
That's a cruel
You
joke.
ain't even got to say it.
I'm giving
I
you.
feel you, but it
My
hits
bad.
it
My
hits a
bad.
heartstring I can't handle.
I'm sorry.
I'm tripping. I don't care.
No, she ain't. She being vulnerable.
I'm about
My
to go
bad.
home.
Hide it.
Soon as I get done with this, go home and pop open a bag of chips. I bet you.
I thought you said you was going to lay back on the chips.
I did lay back for 30 days and nothing changed.
I would be like, why me?
Girl, stay off the chips. I ain't had a chip in the longest. Just don't eat the
I
chips.
love them.
What about if you switch to baked chips?
Ew.
Trash.
I need the oil.
True.
Baked chips are disgusting.
They are
When they
nasty.
brought that
Cut
to
the
high
shit.
school in the diet
I was
free
so
soda,
pissed.
or
Nasty
what
ass
was the
chips.
Pop-Tarts with the extra grains in
I
it?
can't stand
Ugh.
Pop-Tarts. I've never liked Pop-Tarts.
Really?
What? No
Not
brown
toasted?
sugar? Not toasted with butter?
No.
Hold on.
What?
Now. Wait a second.
Y'all didn't put toast and put butter.
Nah, wait a second.
You're a
now
weird
I've
individual.
toasted them, but butter.
And then you put butter on the back while it's
Nah.
still hot.
Me with my fat big back activities, and
I
she's
would've-
putting butter on Pop-Tarts.
I would have gained like
Y'all
10
didn't do
pounds.
that?
If I did that for a week straight, I'd have gained like 10
See,
pounds.
What?
So now are people understanding why this ain't fair? She putting butter on Pop-Tarts.
What kind
I
of
go 30
butter?
days without eating
Just
chips and I somehow
regular
gain
butter.
weight.
Extra salted?
Wait, what?
No.
Like different butter, like you got margarine?
Just the regular
or
cooking butter.
Oh, okay. Why would you put butter on the back though?
Because it's a hot pastry. Why would I not put no butter on it?
I mean, that's like you saying.
Greasing up the backs of it for you.
And I didn't even get a knife either. I took the butter. I peeled that shit back.
And you
Spread
just
it on the back.
used the actual stick of butter. You didn't even cut it. You
She
tried-
not portioning it. She just spread
I'd
it
be
out
mad
there.
as hell if I went to go get butter and
No, I would cut. I would cut
off.
off the end.
Oh, okay.
I would cut off the end.
I'm about to say, got crumbs of pop
Nah, that's
tarts on my damn
disrespectful.
butter.
Y'all didn't do that for real.
No.
I feel like that, and when people use a jelly, like the jelly and peanut butter, they mix them together. I feel like that is disgusting.
That's just goober.
What?
Goober.
Oh, I forgot
I don't know
about
what
that.
that is.
That jelly was nasty on that.
The thing is, Goober with strawberry is the golden.
What the heck is
Strawberry,
The strawberry was good. The grape was nasty.
strawberry jelly with peanut butter. That's good.
I don't know what that is.
You know what goober was? It had jelly and
Peanut
butter
butter
mixed
in the
it.
jar at the same time.
It was never enough of one of them.
But I'm saying, like, I don't like, well, like, if I get Jif and my Smuckers, like, don't you dip that knife that you spread at that peanut butter with in my jelly? Because, like, I'm going.
No,
I'm
I
not.
use two separate things.
Thank you.
I
Champagne
got
thinks
a
I'm
peanut
weird
butter
for
knife
that.
and I got a jelly
Because I'm
knife.
about to say something. I probably think y'all gonna judge me.
I'll always
Oh,
judge
you let them touch, don't you?
So did you fry your peanut butter?
Oh, now don't get me started
on that.
Don't get
Because
me
I'm
started.
burning both sides.
Yeah, get you a toasted PB and J.
A little cinnamon sugar.
You always
Nah,
gotta
see,
ruin
what
it.
the heck now?
You gotta. What is with you and cinnamon?
I love it.
Did I tell you about the time she had me buy a damn box of cinnamon toast crunch and then never ate them?
I did eventually.
Yeah,
You bought a
'cause I
Sam's
forced
Club
you.
box, didn't you?
Huh?
You bought like a Sam's Club box, didn't you?
No.
She's got a regular one. But I
Yeah.
love cinnamon toast crunch.
Ooh, that stuff is so
They had been sitting at my house for months.
Well, that's because I try to watch my weight, and you can't be eating cereal in the middle of the day.
I eat it for dinner sometimes if I'm lazy enough.
I eat it for breakfast and dinner sometimes if I'm
saying.
lazy.
Cause I'm trying to get down to 135. I know it's a lot.
I ain't touched nothing since I was like
I'm
13.
trying to get down to 135.
I ain't touch one nothing.
Damn, bro, like 13, I was probably like 180, 190.
What?
When I was in high school, I was 180.
Really?
Yeah, by the time I touched freshman year, I was like 205.
When I was 26, I was 200, and I looked like I was 180 because I used to work out every day. That's what I need to do is work out every day.
Yeah.
But who got time for that shit? I got 2 jobs, trying to do a podcast, and occasionally running my art studio. It's like
Yeah, you done put that on the back burner.
it was always meant to be on the back burner.
But
And
see, it's on the back burner.
back of the back.
I'm talking about with the cold that ain't touched.
The back left. The one that ain't
It's
nobody
in that dark
using.
room in the back that nobody ever goes to.
Because they don't need to.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm just too busy. I need to go to the gym. But actually, what I plan to do is once I can get some funds cleared up, I will actually add a trainer back. I just let that,
I do think that's way more
Yeah,
effective.
because you did
I
have a
hate
trainer
to-
a few
I
months
let
ago.
her ass go.
She was playing.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she
actually
was.
really good. She was
If-
actually
I'm
really
not
good.
So were
saying
you the
no.
problem?
It wasn't her
I was
workouts.
definitely the problem.
It was the fact that it was supposed to be personal and it wasn't.
Yeah,
I had a problem
so
with
there's
that.
this thing that I've noticed that a lot of trainers do now is they say it's personal training, but yet other people will be there. And
That's
I'm like,
not
that's
personal.
not personal
That is
training.
group, and
That
I
is
want group rate,
training.
and I want group pricing.
So if I pay for personal training, I want it to be just me in there for the entirety of my session. But for the prices that she was charging me, she was cheap for a personal
I
trainer.
don't know because I haven't had one since
I've
like
never had a personal
2017.
Oh, see,
So-
I've had a few personal trainers, and she was the cheapest one that I've ever had, and I'm like, well,
How much are they? Because mine was $250 when I did.
hers
do
was
that.
less than that. Hers was less than 200.
Well, that should have been a red flag.
That
Yeah,
was
it's
group
fine.
pricing at that point.
And honestly, I didn't hate the group sessions sometimes because then all the attention wasn't on me because then it allowed me to just fuck around.
You paying her to not fuck around. That's the point of paying her.
I know, but my brain tells me, man, you can slack off a little bit.
Relax today. It's
Yeah,
fine.
just relax. Take
No,
a day
you
off.
paying them so you don't relax. That's the point.
I understand what you're saying. I'm telling you what my brain tells me
No,
to
I was there
justify
to work.
it.
I was there to work. If I wasn't sweating, I feel like she wasn't worth my money. Girl, where the sweat at?
Oh, now she definitely made me sweat.
Where the sweat at?
And she get on me if I didn't. So here's the thing. She wanted to be not just my personal trainer, but also my. She wanted to do all the food stuff, and I was like, I ain't looking for nobody to manage my food. Just help me work out. I can do everything.
I was
else.
through with her. She tried to say I wasn't your friend because I didn't want her
I didn't
services.
say she didn't say
That's
you
what
weren't my
she
friend.
said. She said I am not a good friend because I didn't want to pay for her services. I'm like, girl, she a scam artist. Don't deal with her no more.
I was whatever.
How did you break it off with her?
You just don't pay them.
Quit showing up?
Literally, I just stopped booking
Quit paying her.
appointments.
Say get rid
It
of
was
her.
the end. She took her last payment. I did the appointments, and then I just never scheduled and never bought another package. I always planned to go back, but now I feel like it'd be awkward. So I was like, maybe I'll just find somebody else.
It
Do
won't
you
be
think
like-
it'd be different if you had a guy trainer?
I have had a guy trainer before. Actually, she's actually one of the best trainers I've ever had. But Like if I really buckle down, she could actually get me where I want to be. It's just right now I'm not disciplined enough to do it. I'm not.
You think if she was like verbally assaulting you?
No, not with the way my brain works. That'll make me dig my heels in so far.
That don't work with me. You have to be gentle and encouraging. If you try to be on some bullshit,
you have to
I'm
be
just not
somewhere in the
do
middle
it.
with me. You can't be too gentle.
With me,
Them
if
be
I
like,
was to get
come on
one, you would have to like make me feel insignificant.
Nah.
What? I don't need to get verbally
'Cause, like-
accosted while I'm paying you.
Right, like you are like I'm paying you. I'm not paying you to verbally
Not
abuse
like
me.
not like make me feel like shit, but like give me that tough love and say the things that like people wouldn't say to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like tell
Like
me.
what?
I don't know. I'm just saying. For instance, let's say if I sucked at pull-ups or something, you'd be like, "You weak piece of shit. You can't even do a pull-up," something like that. Like, give me that type of motivation
Child,
versus
what?
like,
No, I
you
wish
need
somebody-
one
I was
more.
like, hold on. First of all, let me get my ass out
Wait,
this bar so I can beat your ass.
No, see, it's different.
No,
What?
you can't talk to me like that.
'Cause,
No.
like, I used to wrestle and I used to play
First of all,
football,
you
so
ain't
that's
got
how
to
the
have
coaches
me
will talk
paying
to
you
you anyway.
$200-$300 per session for you to call me a weak ass bitch. No, what?
I didn't say weak ass bitch. I said weak
I mean,
piece
you might
of
as
shit.
well.
Potato,
shit.
potato. It's the difference.
I don't know. This
Might
is
as
how
well.
football and wrestling was. Like that's how they would talk to you. So
I
like,
don't
That's-
know. I
I
did
guess
sports.
that's
They
why I
didn't
never
talk
did
to us
wrestling.
that way. I don't like that. They didn't talk.
they
to
never talk to y'all like that.
No.
I mean, when you did good, they motivate. But like if you was fucking up repeatedly, like yeah,
I mean, yeah, if I'm fucking
They
up,
will
tell me
say
I'm fucking up, but you can
something,
say
but
it in a different
damn.
way.
you could just say what you want to say. Like,
But I don't know.
just don't be in my face.
A group of girls ain't gonna go for that. I played tennis. We would have boycotted and beat them up with our stuff. They would have been trying to talk to us like that. They were, who he talking to? That
Just like
wouldn't
when that
work.
dude- just like when that dude hit us with the "Did you hear me?" and everybody was like, "Who you talking to?"
Yeah,
Because I know it ain't me.
coming from a person that that don't do that usually. That was crazy.
It was a performance, and
It was
Yeah,
a
because
performance.
you know had that
I
audience.
told you that man went in that office and said, "We've been practicing this. You can do it."
They're just women. You can do it.
Shut up.
You know
You
that's how it
always
went.
take it to the left.
You.
It wasn't no dudes there though. Am I wrong?
It was dudes there. Mike was there.
And don't you say Mike don't count. Don't
you
do
dare.
it. Don't you do
dare.
it. Don't do it.
I will hit you. I will throw my phone at you and hit you.
Not true. Why are you trying to be abusive?
He probably wasn't even paying attention.
Your mic be gone.
Might be out.
He didn't
He
even
probably
hear. He
wasn't
didn't
out of
hear
there.
any of
He
it.
probably wasn't even paying attention. He's probably like, okay, it's whatever time it is. Then I
3
leave.
minutes
I
to-
leave three minutes.
That dude was already headed towards his locker.
He probably didn't even hear the. Did you hear me?
He was already gone.
He was already out of the conversation. He already exited the conversation.
Well, anywho, on that note, let's go on and call it one. We've been taking up too much of their time now, and I'm ready to go home. Anywho,
What type of ending is that?
that wasn't the ending. I'm about to end it now. Look, the friends know what it is. We've been hanging out for almost 2 hours. What you talking about? They want to go home. We want to go home. We got family, and well, y'all got family.
She had to cut herself out.
Hey, just remember, this isn't a sad story. I chose not to have a family.
The fact
But-
you finessed them out of that. What's the name? Was crazy.
Wait, what?
That surgery.
I ain't finesse nobody out of that surgery.
What you call it?
Asking and getting what I want. I am a firm believer that if you do not ask, you know the answer is no.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
They sure don't.
Which is true. That is true.
If you don't ask the question, you will never find out. Because I do that the same. I treat other people's business the same way. I will ask you the question, but you can tell me to mind my damn business. But I'm gonna ask you if I'm curious. I'm like, well, what they do?
Oh, he's known for that one.
Show it.
So what's gonna happen then?
I've walked in so many people's offices at work and been like, hey, I got a question. And you can tell me to mind my business if I'm overstepping, but I'm going to ask it anyway. And then I ask my question. Most of the time they answer it. Most of the time it's probably just out of shock that I asked.
Or they just want you to, maybe if I answer, she'll just get the fuck out of here.
Let's just give her a damn answer. Knowing you done asked the other person already.
I done asked 6 people. I got the whole story.
You just want to hear another side of it.
Yeah, because how you supposed to know the truth?
And decipher from that.
Yeah.
3 sides to every story.
There's their side, and then
The
there's
other
the
person's
truth.
side.
And then
And
my
then the
side,
truth.
what I formulated.
The only time you don't need somebody else's side of the story when it comes to me, because I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you both sides.
I'm gonna tell you
Always
what I
trust
did.
but verify.
Just like when I told you that I don't do nothing to people to make them dislike
And I
me.
sure didn't believe you. I
I
had
know
to
you
investigate. I said, I don't believe you.
and when I do stuff to people, I tell the whole story, even if it make me look bad, because most of the time I did it on purpose.
Or sometimes you be catching strays for no reason. I did see that one.
So that's what I said, sometimes.
I be catching strays or other
Like
people.
them, like you caught a stray, that fabricated story about you took too long and they couldn't go home and do what they needed to do.
Oh yeah, I said
Like
that straight
was,
real quick.
That was crazy.
See, but they learned with that because they ain't did that again since then. Because I asked them real quick. For one, that's not true. And then when they tried to say, "Oh, it was because he wasn't able to do," I said, "Well, what they got to do with me?" Because I'm not hearing the only relation in that is the fact that we share the same blood, and that's my nephew. But him not doing something quick enough has nothing to do with me.
Wow, these cigarettes went down to only 3.2% alcohol.
I know. I told you it's juice.
Girl, wouldn't that happen?
It is.
And you
juice.
sitting here drinking it like it's a
Twisted tea.
60% alcohol.
Y'all
Anywho,
would know.
I hope y'all enjoyed this time with your friends plus one.
Oh, why you gotta separate them like that? Okay.
Because it's the girl's perspective plus one.
That's fine.
I'm here.
Oh, we did have somebody that does want to be on the show, he said. So we might have another guest on in addition to Antonio. Antonio is our regular guest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want them fighting outside the studio. So
You can get the one free one. I said after that, we gotta fight.
like
We gotta
drugs.
fight for it.
this ain't like drugs where you get the first one for
Yeah, you
free.
get a sample. You get a sample, and then after that,
Gotta pay.
You gotta pay.
He got to pay you to come on as a guest.
Or we can fight with knives outside the studio.
What if he good with knives
That's
and
cool.
you underestimated the situation?
And then the switch can't fix.
A switch? You gonna pick a switch? Have y'all ever had to pick a switch?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
if you
we
pick
all
the
have
wrong
to.
one.
I never had to pick one.
I had to pick it and soak it.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, made you
They
soak
made it
the
flexible.
torture? See, if I had to pick a switch,
Yeah.
I would pick one that's kind of brittle, so that way she'd get tired. But like one time I did pick one that was a little too flexible
Now
for
you know
me.
what they say, and you better pick a good one because you don't want me to go out there and pick one for you.
Or like if you pick one that's too big.
So what's the worst? Okay, I know people gonna get us because we're talking about our traumas. I don't really consider it a trauma, but whatever. When we would get disciplined by our parents back in the day, how, like, because we all got whoopings, right?
Yeah.
How did your parents whoop you?
I think for us, because it was multiple of us, we would line up in like an assembly line ass whooping. Y'all laughing, I'm dead ass.
I left because I can see
Like
it.
an
I can
assembly-
picture
like
it.
an assembly line
One of
ass
my
whooping.
aunties used to whip her kids like that.
So like, and you full on naked. So like,
Oh no!
yeah, psychological. It's already. I'm naked. I'm scared. I'm afraid.
Now they would only get us naked if we tried to do something to like lighten it up, like put something in our pants to pad it or something. Then we'd be naked.
You ass naked, and the belt had loops on it. So you getting like the first two, you getting the worst of it.
Well, yeah.
By
'cause
three,
They getting
full of
tired.
By
energy.
3, she tired and she just hoofing through it. And then 4, you getting maybe like some vicious you getting it viciously, but like it ain't as long as the first 3 done got it. Like 3, she's pushing herself. So like by 4, if you was 4th, I was never last. I was either
we
first or
didn't
second.
do groups.
Right, because
So I
I'm
was
pretty
all-
sure
yeah.
you're the ringleader.
No, I was just a lot bigger than my siblings. So like she got to get my big ass out the way and then work on the rest of them. So.
See, ours was individual.
Yeah.
So you was getting
I
all the
was.
blows because it was just
Yeah.
you. They'll come back get the other ones. That's the thing. You never know when they gonna come get your ass. It was the mind games.
Mhm.
They'll get
Go in
one,
your
but
room. I'ma come get you.
yeah, but when it's your turn, you don't fucking know. And
No, we ain't never had it like that. She-
yeah,
Nah,
on
but
site.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, how did they? So they did yours standing up, right?
Standing up all the time.
How was yours?
well, however the fuck they felt like that day. Maybe it was on the bed. Maybe you was standing up. But then you would try to run away, so then they get mad that you running in that little whooping circle, as I call it.
And that's what. So one of my aunties tried to whoop me one day, and that's what we was doing. We was literally running in circles. I was like, nope, not gonna get me. My mama, she was smart. She said, "Oh, you think you gonna run?" And my mama knew she wasn't no small woman. She's like, "I'm not about to be chasing you around this damn house."
You gonna get tired eventually.
Her ass would lay me across the bed and make me lay on my stomach. And then she like, now if your ass turn around, you gonna get hit on the front.
You don't want the front.
You don't want the front to get
Sure
hit, so I
don't.
suggest your ass stay on your stomach. And she would start just whooping if we did something. And
Why couldn't I get that? Like the standing there, that was the torture. Like you getting
nah,
the worst
I
of
think
it.
it's worse to be laying there.
Because you're
where
going to
you
get the
can't
same
go
spots.
nowhere.
That's the thing. At least if you're up, that might have some
Yeah, you can
variation.
run
Nah, but I'm talking
away.
about like when you hit, you curl up, you still getting smacked, then you stand up, you still like it was no, it
But
was
when
never
you
in the
running
end.
away, you kind of soften the blow a little bit because you're
Running away.
running away, so you never actually get the full force of that belt. When you laying down, that's coming down like this. You getting it every single time, unless you just so happen to miss.
But that's when they start getting tired.
That's when they start
You
getting
know, they
tired.
missed. It's almost over.
And you know what I always hated? My mama would whip us. And now don't get me wrong. Don't think I ain't do nothing. I deserved every
I never
whooping
said I
got.
was a victim.
I just want to make sure the public understand. I deserved every whooping I got. Afterwards, it always ended with, now go clean up your room.
Always. Why?
Or
What
after
if
you
my
get the
room is
whooping,
already clean?
well, after you get
Just
the
go
whooping,
in there. Don't say
go
nothing.
get you something to eat.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to do that. She was like, no, just get out my fucking face.
She wouldn't feed you after the whooping.
I mean, eventually, yeah. She ain't let me starve. But then she'd always wait a few minutes and I'm still in the doing one of those. And then she coming, do you know why I had to whip you? Like, girl, I don't give a damn why you whipped me. I'm still trying
Damn,
to.
you got a history lesson afterwards too?
Man.
A lecture? Nah, I didn't get that.
My lecture was why it was happening.
Yo, she did it then too.
Yeah.
But just
why
in
it was
case I didn't
happening.
hear her, she came out afterwards. It was like, do you know why I had to do that?
Nah, I
Well,
feel
duh. I
harder
know
than
why you did it.
But how dare you?
Right.
What did you learn?
One of the first whoopings I remember getting was when I was in second grade.
What you
You was a
do?
young menace.
What
Yeah.
shit did you do?
So, okay. It wasn't my fault.
Mhm.
This little boy touched my butt
Oh, okay.
and I slapped him. But the teacher only saw me slap him. She didn't see him touch my butt, so she sent a note home. And my stupid ass, I don't know how second grade Jocelyn thought of this. My thought was, oh, I'm going to just sign it myself with my mama's signature. So I tried to forge her signature. And this is back when people actually wrote in cursive. So
And you were in second grade.
second grade,
Okay.
not even second grade. In fact, because this was before I moved into the place where I went to second grade, it's first grade. Didn't know a lick of cursive.
I was like,
Oh,
yeah.
you just do squiggly lines.
I knew how to spell her name though. So I actually did spell her name out. But I wrote it in print. And you want to know what really let the teacher know it wasn't my mama?
You put some shapes or some shit on there.
I did it in red crayon.
Your good dumb ass.
Yeah, did it in red crayon. And actually turned it back into the teacher. The teacher just looked at it. She was like, okay. Me and my brother at that time was going to the same school. So when we getting ready to leave, she called my brother into the room. She hands him the note that I forged the signature on with a new note for my mama and told him to give it to her. And he told me that he wouldn't tell on me.
He didn't. He handed her that paper, so he technically didn't tell.
She couldn't have got through that door fast enough before he said something to her. I got my ass toe up. And then he come busting in the room talking about, you ain't got to hit her like that.
Like he was gonna save you.
You the one that got me in trouble.
Right. I'm like, I'm getting this ass whooping because of you. Now you trying to be Captain Save a Hoe. And my mama said, she turned and looked at him and said, you better get out of here before you get it next. But yeah, that was the first whooping that I can remember is when I tried to forge her
I
signature
don't
in
think
first
I
grade.
remember my first one.
I mean, it was pretty significant. I
That's
thought
the fact you come
I
in
thought
the
I
room.
was getting away with that red crayon forging.
It's the fact he coming in. You ain't gotta hit it like that.
After
was
he
gonna
told on your
Right. After he told on me. But hey, whatever. I've gotten some whoopings, but I've also dodged some too. So I've had a life. It's been fun.
Okay, deathbed. Like,
Okay, death race.
You ain't even have to take it there.
Waiting to excel.
See, this is the shit that I'm talking about. All right, y'all. It's been fun. We will see y'all in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff. Make sure you send us any suggestions that you might have, any questions, any stories you might have you want us to go over on the air. We would love to go over
Viewers'
some.
choice. We do want to do.
And
a
if you
viewer's
want them
choice.
to remain anonymous, we can leave it anonymous. If you want us to say your name on the show and say it with your chest, we'll say it with ours for you. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share all the stuff on the YouTubes and the social media platforms. On the audio platform, please make sure you are rating, you are commenting, and you are following us on the audio platforms. We are really trying to grow there, so that would be very, very helpful.
Please and thank you.
But with that, we will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Bye, friends.
Bye, friends.